Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy Animation here, and I don't really do these kind of videos. This is my first one, but everyone's been asking me, to do this and break it down. I'm gonna do a video on those Pokemon I created. The ones I was, uploading and littering your social media with. Whatever you guys follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The ones I just kept posting. So proud of those. Yeah, those. I'm gonna break them down and actually talk about them because you guys didn't really understand. When I posted them, like it was just pictures. I would just say, oh, this is this Pokemon. It has this type. I really say like their background and everything. But anyway, this all started during the summer. When Pokemon Go appeared on the App Store and just Pokemon just got so much more popular. Like even everybody was playing it because it was Pokemon. Like everybody likes Pokemon. Adults were playing it. Freaking 70-year-old women were playing it, and it was hyped. And for that 3 months that lasted before the tracking system went down. But me personally, I've always liked Pokemon ever since I was a little kid. Like I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. At first, I thought it was weird. But like, I didn't understand it. It was like, well, what is it? These monsters with supernatural power? What? And then like after a while, I gave it a chance, and I was a target audience, so of course I loved it. And so this summer when Pokemon Go got out, I've been trying to get better at art and everything, and I'm easily inspired. I'm really easily inspired. So when Pokemon Go exploded on the market and everybody was playing and talking about Pokemon, I was like, man, this is a perfect time. I should probably start drawing Pokemon. And I was like, instead of drawing Pokemon I already made, how about I make some original Pokemon? But this wasn't my first time doing this. When I was a little kid, I used to create Pokemon all the time just for fun. Like, the first one I ever created was a Bandicoot Pokemon because, Crash Bandicoot was like the first video game I ever played, so it was a huge inspiration and the whole reason I started drawing. So I was like, maybe I should, I want to make a tribute to it, so how about I create a Pokemon that's based off a Bandicoot? If you guys don't know what a Bandicoot is, it's a marsupial native to Australia. They're really small creatures. They're kind of endangered, but they're really small. They look like rats, but they're marsupials because they have patches. They have pouches, not patches. And so I made it, and it was Bandablaze. It was a fire. I always set the names better. It was a fire type Pokemon. This image you're probably seeing right now is a picture of the first Bandablaze I drew because that was years ago. I was a little kid, and I'm pretty sure I don't have the actual drawing. But I decided to redraw Bandablaze. The design really hasn't changed that much when I drew it as a little kid. And I was like, why stop there? I should make more Pokemon. And I just got obsessed with just creating Pokemon. Like when I would hang out with my friends, I would see a certain thing and be like, oh man, that could be a Pokemon right there. Look, that lamp could be a Pokemon. I mean, if you can have a Pokemon off of an ice cream, you can have a Pokemon off anything. So usually I would just come up with the names first because I really like puns. I'm sorry. I really like puns, so that's how I got the names for some of them. But anyway, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna go from each Pokemon and talk about them and what's unique to them and what inspired me to make them and everything. So bear with me here. Okay, so obviously the first Pokemon we have here is Bandablaze. Yeah, he's a Bandicoot, inspired by Bandicoots and Crash Bandicoot. So Jason Rubin, Andy Gavin, if you're watching this video, I hope you guys are proud. And also I owe Crash Bandicoot a lot because if it wasn't for, I don't think if I ever would have saw or played that game, I don't think I ever would have gotten to art or anything. But anyway, it's a fire type Pokemon because it has fire on its back and it's orange. It's usually the rules that applies to Pokemon that have a certain element. It lives on mountain peaks. That's how I imagine it when I create it. It's gonna live on mountain peaks and it can burrow underground like actual Bandicoots do. If you don't know that, Bandicoots are really good diggers, and they bury underground the escape from predators. And then so Bandablaze is gonna be a starter fire type Pokemon. It's really timid, but once it gets bonded with its trainers, it becomes like pretty much any Pokemon. It becomes really happy, friendly, but it's really timid and moody. So trainers that have a Bandablaze should take note because they can be pretty moody and when they get mad, they have a really hot temper. Sorry. Yeah. But anyway, its next evolution is Blastoise. It evolves at level 16. I know, people were telling me the dynamite on its back, that's not actual dynamite on its back. That's just, you know, that's part of its body. It just resembles dynamite. It's not actual, it's just for show. It's not actual dynamite. And if you're gonna try to logically explain like why it looks like that, Pokemon, there's things in the Pokemon world that makes no sense. It's a fantasy game targeted to, it makes no sense whatsoever. So that's the cool thing about it. You can just, you know, use your imagination. Just yeah. So anyway, Blastoise's a fire ground type Pokemon. You're wondering why I made it ground, because obviously Bandicoots are natural good diggers and tunnelers, and also because the fuse on its tail, it can use that to ground. You can use that to, you know, it can ground itself into the ground and cause explosions from underneath the earth. So like Blastoise's more of a kind of a more obnoxious, more like arrogant Pokemon. It's really hard to control actually. Like as soon as it evolves from the timid Bandablaze, it evolves to the Blastoise, it becomes more like, you know, your average teenager who wants to rebel, doesn't want to listen to his trainer. It can be really, really hard to follow commands unless you have a strong bond with it. So yeah, Blastoise is the, you know, the middle teenager. Then we have its final form, Banbaku, which evolves at level 40. I know most starters evolve at level 36, but I thought this thing Pokemon's so cool. He waits 4 more levels, you know, for the suspense. But he's also a fire ground, obviously. Anyway, this Pokemon has been said to explode entire mountains with its rage. The dynamite resembled on its back can be used to charge up powerful fire attacks. It has its own signature explosive move that I haven't come up with yet. Also, its tail is really strong. You know, break stone with its tail. I don't know if that's an impressive feat for Pokemon, but that's what this one can do. And this is one Pokemon you do not. It's like Tyranitar. You don't want to anger it, or a Salamence. You don't. It can be really calm, but once it loses its temper, just give up. You're dead. Like if you run into Banbaku in the wild, then and you manage to somehow anger it, well, just don't even try running. Just give up. Also, its name Banbaku is obviously the words Bandicoot and Baku combined. If you don't know what Baku is, Baku is short for Baku. What was it? Baku Mitse. It's the Japanese word for explosion. I know some of you guys are thinking you're probably thinking Aku from Crash Bandicoot, but that was just a coincidence. I wasn't really thinking of that, but I guess I can work too. But what I was thinking of its name, Banbaku, that's from, or the Baku parts from explosion in Japanese. Google it. So yeah. On to the next one. We have Tree Bark. It's a little puppy Pokemon. I love animals, so when it came to creating Pokemon, it was easy for me because I really love animals. And I'm not a cat or a dog person. I'm both. I like both equally. And anyway, Tree Bark's a grass type Pokemon. You already know what its name originates from. Tree and, you know, bark, dog's bark. It's really cute, really loyal, really playful. Whenever it gets tired, it bathes the sun in the sunlight, you know, it creates photosynthesis. It's able to chase its prey down for just miles and miles without getting exhausted, as long as there's sunlight. When there's not sunlight, this Pokemon will mostly either be asleep, or if it tries to battle without sunlight, it's going to be, you know, not up to par. Anyway, its next evolution is Dingro. That's a combination between the words dingo and, you know, grow. Anyway, we know that dingoes themselves, a lot of these Pokemon you notice are like animals from Australia. But anyway, Dingro, it has to be really thin, in which it is. When it catches its prey, it usually uses the vines from the size of its ankles. Those look like leaves, but they can spread out vines to grab its prey into submission. And it's a pure grass type. Its next evolution, Beow, is a grass steel type. If you're wondering why I made a steel type, all the starters I made, all their final evolutions, they have a 2-time weakness to, like, it's like rock, paper, scissors, but like they have a 2-time weakness to each one of them. Anyway, Beow is the combination of the words Baobab and Bow Wow. If you don't know what a Baobab is, it's actually based off the Baobab tree. It's a tree in Africa that has like the thickest wood ever. Probably the most thickest tree on Earth probably. Anyway, Bayo-Wow's when I was thinking its height, it's probably 7 feet tall. While standing on all fours, pretty tall. Trainers can ride on it. It's very vicious, and it can use moves like Iron Head and other stuff. And I was really proud of this Pokemon because I like dogs. I was just really proud of that. That's probably my favorite Final Evolution I designed. So now on to the water starter. Okay, well here we got Seaguana. It's obviously the words sea and iguana put together. Very silly, very impetuous Pokemon. It's really playful. It's pure water type, obviously. I'm not gonna make it a dull type yet. Pure water type, likes to spend most of its time in the water. Its next evolution is Coruscant. It's kind of like what I was saying about Blastoise. It's kind of teenagey, really angsty, really just wild. But it's if you have a strong bond, it's gonna be okay. The name is coral and sword. If you didn't notice, but those little things coming off of Seaguana's back, those aren't spikes. It's actual coral. And if you didn't know, coral is actually a living creature. Just in case you didn't know that. So they share like a symbiotic relationship. Anyway, its final evolution is Corentile. It's the words coral, torrent, and reptile put together. And it has a little sea anemone on the back of its tail, which you can use moves that would shock people. You can use moves like Solar Beam. It can use moves like Ice Beam, all because of that sea anemone on the back of its tail. And all that it made it a rock type because coral was pretty much rock. Well, not really, but that was the closest one. I know what you're thinking. It's gonna have a 2x weakness to grass, and a lot of stuff. But this Pokemon is gonna have the highest speed stat out of all the starters. It's gonna be really fast and have the biggest move pool. And it's gonna have really high defense and speed, and I know you're thinking why defense, but it's gonna have like a I'm not gonna make a Pokemon that has that big of a weakness and not give it something to make up for. This Pokemon's gonna be awesome. So all you people that always choose the water starter, you were right this time. Because I did make the water starter the fastest. So those are all the starters in their evolutions, and I'll make another video to explain the rest of the Pokemon. Alright, guys, take care.